First of all, Kathleen and I would very much like to thank everybody who came tonight. Especially, I think we counted 75% of the people are from out of town. And we really appreciate it. We know it's an effort, it's expensive, it's a lot of time, and we sincerely appreciate all of you taking the time out of your day to come and celebrate with us. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much. Want to say a special thank you to somebody else. 4.5 years ago, and I don't know where she's sitting. She's here tonight. But 4.5 years ago, I got a text from Cindy Routh, and Cindy said to me, I met somebody tonight that, there she is. I met somebody that I think you should meet. And are you interested in meeting her? And I said, absolutely. And if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be here tonight. And first of all, thank you, Cindy, for having the foresight to do that. But more importantly, I've thought often in the last year how fate plays a role in things. And if Cindy hadn't done that, who has any idea where life takes any of us? So thank you, Cindy, and we'll be forever grateful to you. So thank you. Half the people in this room have known me forever, and half of the people in this room have just met me in the last couple years. But for those who have, I think they would agree that I'm not sure I would ever thought this day would happen. and over the last 4.5 years, getting to know Kathleen, she is a wonderful, wonderful human being. And we have just had a great time together, and I look forward to spending the rest of my life with you. We do great in all situations, whether we're with other people, whether we're traveling, whether we're alone, whether we're watching sports events or doing nothing. And you're just a phenomenal person, Kathleen, and I can't imagine my life without you. So thank you very much. There are two people that are not here tonight that I would like to mention. Number one is my mother. She passed away before Kathleen and I met each other, and she never thought this day would happen. And she would have loved to have seen this, and she's definitely in my thoughts. The other person is my brother Gary, and he did get to know Kathleen, and actually came out a year ago August and spent a long weekend with us, and was so happy that we met each other and got to, and found each other, and was hoping that he would make it long enough to be here tonight, but he didn't. And so I really wish that he was here today. So I wanted to acknowledge those two people. I also would like to make a very, very special thank you to the phenomenal ladies at Sip and Twirl, in particular to Lori and to Kate and to Stephanie. I mean, they've just been phenomenal. And, at first it sounded like such a great idea to have this wedding at our house. And there's been a number of times in the last week that I think this is the worst idea we've ever done. Truly, I think they've lived here this week. I mean, every morning, every afternoon, and every evening, they've been here. And you guys are just terrific. And we can't thank you enough. So thank you. I don't know where everybody is. I think I see Lori over there. But thanks. You guys are awesome. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Make sure I don't forget anything. I'm just kind of looking at here. Also, to my knowledge, I think about half of everybody here is planning on coming over tomorrow for the Michigan State-Nebraska football game. A reminder, the game is at 5. Everybody is welcome anytime after 4 o'clock. We will have dinner and drinks, a barbecue. For those who have asked, it's very casual. Jeans, shorts, football attire, as long as it's not red. We will, for those who are not going to be glued to the television, we will have the pool heated for anybody who's interested in bringing their swimsuit and enjoying the pool. So so please take advantage of it. We dodged the weather. There was a front that came through here a couple days ago. It was a beautiful, crystal clear day today, but this is the desert. The nights get a little cool. They can't put heaters in this tent here for fire reasons, but there's a zillion heaters out and back. So stay close to them as the desert, when the sun goes down, it does get a little chilly. But I think we have enough heaters back there. They'll be dancing all night, and please enjoy yourself. So thanks again for coming. We're so glad you were here to celebrate this day with us, and we appreciate your celebrating it with us. Thank you.
Kathleen and I have been friends 30 years. Yeah. So that's kind of a long time to get to know somebody and see her at her best and not so best, as well as me. She's seen me in those states. So mostly, when I think of Kathleen, Kat, Crashleen, whatever you want to call her, my dad gave her that name, but she's an awesome driver. Anyway, so I just think about Kathleen and all our different stages of life together. And I think of second grade and, the mean kids. And there was Kathleen. She stood up for me no matter what was happening or what anybody was saying. There was Kathleen. And then I think about high school, and I think about those dances and those football games and all those things we did together. And there was Kathleen. And then I think about college. We went away together to Kearney, Nebraska. Little tiny town, and there was Kathleen. And then I think about meeting my husband for the first time. He was a hockey goalie. Like, that was scary. I was like, danger zone, stay away. But it worked out. And there was Kathleen. She came with us on one of our first dates, and he got the thumbs up. So that made me feel good. And now here we are today. And there's Kathleen. And there's Rick. And, the overprotective friend in me wants to be like, I don't want to share my Kathleen. But then I see these two. And I see how happy they are together. And the smiles. And I'm like, all right, I'm going to share her. So you can have her. And she'll still be my Kathleen. But she can be your Kathleen too. So congratulations to both of you today. Let's raise our glasses. I forgot mine. But here's to Kathleen and Rick. Many years of happiness.
My name's Curtis Goodman. I've known Rick for 30 some odd years. Played a lot of golf together. And wow, what a wedding they put on tonight, huh? How many people that have known Rick as long as I have, or even a short time, how many people ever thought this night would ever happen? Anybody raises their hand? Bill, you're lying. I have the honor to toast Rick and Kathleen, but as usual for Rick, I only have 2 or 3 minutes to do this. So I got this little prop here, and Rick said, Curtis, you got to make this really short. So here, Rick, here's an hourglass. You can just watch as I talk. When that thing gets down, I'll be done. First of all, you can go through life, and if you have a few truly best friends that you know you can count on, no matter what, you're a lucky person. I have one in Rick. One caveat with that. Except if I need something when Michigan is punting to state with 10 seconds left. You see ads all the time about the most interesting man in the world. Well, Rick is one of those people. Except what you see with Rick is what you get. He is really the simplest person I have ever met. Up to this point, there are 4 important things in Rick's life in no order. Number 1 is golf. Like I said, no order. Michigan State, money, And the things must be convenient. Everything with Rick must be convenient. As far as golf, it's what Rick does most. Whether it's practice or playing, it's what Rick does. Rick plays golf as much as anybody on earth. His dedication to the game is unsurpassed. Second, Michigan State. Talk of loyalty to a program. The guy has never played for Michigan State. No blood on the field, nothing like that. But his loyalty is second to none. And I found that out one time. I met Rick relatively early when we were playing golf together. He invited me to his house. He goes, I've got to listen to the Michigan State game. And again, this is 30 years ago. So I go over to Rick's house, and there Rick runs to the door, runs back to his office, and there he is. The phone is sitting down there. I'm going, Rick, what are you doing? He goes, I'm listening to the game. I said, what do you mean you're listening to the game? You're on the phone. He goes, no, my brother's in Detroit. He's got the phone by a speaker or whatever, the radio in Detroit, and Rick is listening to this freaking football game on the phone. Now, mind you, how's that hourglass doing, Rick? So Rick is sitting there listening to this, and I'm going, that is unsurpassed loyalty to his university. And at that time, phone calls weren't like we had them. I said, Rick, how much would that cost you? You don't even want to know, Curtis. Third is money. Rick and his partners had great success in their business life. Rick made incredible, tough decisions to keep his company alive. Most people don't know the mortgage business, but it has ups and downs. Ups and downs. I was with Rick during the ups. I was with Rick during the downs. Incredible the decisions that Rick had to make. Whether he had to, unfortunately, get rid of a friend or whatever, but he kept this relatively small mortgage company alive. And at the end, Rick sold on top. Amazing, amazing businessman. And kudos to him for that. Rick is all about convenience. Rick has to live by where he plays golf. He has to work by where he lives. Everything he does, it has to be convenient for Rick. Rick called me the other day, which car should I get? Doesn't matter what color's the car. Black on black. Rick will only drive black on black cars. It could be a Volkswagen Bug. Well, it's not, but it has to be black on black. In the end, though, the most interesting man alive has had a void. He's needed a partner, a soulmate to go through life with. It's taken a while, but he's found one in Kathleen. With that in mind, a toast to Rick and Kathleen. A long and happy life together.
Yeah, so I lost my ring earlier tonight, and I only told one person here, but the staff found it, and they found me in the crowd, so thank you for that. Can you hear me? Okay. All right. And so I'm going to keep this short, and I'm breaking the rules, and I was not on the list to make a toast. Okay. All right. Yeah. Yeah, so I met Rick through Mitch Miller, who was here, actually introduced Rick and I, and we became friends. And then I bought Kathleen's home, and Kathleen and I became friends. And the moment that I met Kathleen, I was like, I have this friend of mine that you need to meet. And so I sent Rick a text. And Rick, you were at a baseball game. Yeah, and I said, I don't know if you're still single, but I have this new girlfriend that I just know that you need to meet. And would you be willing? And he said, sure. Yeah, I'll set it up. And so I set the phone down. Kathleen was standing with me in my apartment at the time. And I said to Kathleen, so just so you know, I'm going to be the first person invited to the wedding. And that was before they met. Anyway, so thank you. And thank you for having me here. And I just love both of you. And so this is going to be really short. And so I'm not good at this. So I do remember a quote by the ancient Greek writer Homer. No, that's not Homer Simpson. It's just the ancient Greek writer Homer. There's nothing more admirable than two people who see eye to eye, keeping house as man and wife, confounding their enemies and delighting their friends. What better goal could a married couple have than to keep a comfortable home, united troubles, and share love and friendship? I think you two are already a testament to this. As we have all gathered here in your home for this beautiful wedding, and we, all of your friends, are delighted to share this day with you. May you have a blissful marriage and a very long and happy life together.